can't even see it, dude. I can't even see the thing. Oh well. Hey. That's all right. Yeah, just get a piece of large paper and one of those drawing boards and a clip.
The 1218. 1218.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so I want you guys to make sure you're like, what is all this stuff, right? I want you to make sure that you get a piece of Conte. Okay, Conte's, it's kind of shiny, and the charcoal is not shiny. It's called matte, M-A-T-T-E, matte. Okay, and there are some charcoal pieces in the Conte. And there's some Conte in the charcoal pieces. So, be aware of that. Okay. And get a piece of vine charcoal, which is round. We're going to play with vine charcoal, compressed charcoal, and Conte. And you don't need a pencil. Someone has the charcoal pencils, and you don't need that. If you want to play around with that, go ahead and get a get a sharpener if you want. Okay. So yesterday we toned our paper, and that's what I'll be doing. You're like, how do we tone it? So I'm gonna get a piece of paper. I got a torn, messed up, ugly piece of paper. It proves that it doesn't matter.
That's the best way to start.
Doesn't matter. You know, just grab a messed up piece of paper. It's okay if it's torn. It's okay if it's wrinkled. It's okay. All right. So, if you're gonna get one of these thin boards, you're gonna get a clip, and we're gonna get a chamois if you don't have one yet. We're gonna take the vine charcoal, which is round, or you take the compressed charcoal, and we're just gonna like tone the paper. Some of you did this yesterday, and we're just gonna hold it sideways. That gives us oh, let me turn this on here. Hold on. There we go. All right. There's a little lag, but you know, it'll catch up. No, it doesn't catch up. Let me turn this volume down. There we go. We're gonna turn that off. Okay. Okay, so I'm toning this with the vine charcoal. I'm just getting a chamois. And see, I'm leaving a little border on the edge. We don't have to go all the way to the edge. And then I'm like, that's not dark enough. So I'm gonna get my compressed charcoal. That's the square one here. Okay, and I'm gonna just go like that. Just really light pressure. And then I'm gonna take my chamois and I'm gonna go up and down. And yesterday I was just like being all spastic and not really taking my time and not really showing you guys how to do this properly. So today I'm gonna choose to be less spastic. Spastic.
Day by day
I'm just laughing at my own. What?
Day by day fluctuation.
Yeah. Yeah, yes, grandma. And they're all, what's going on? I don't know. I don't know what you guys are thinking. They're like, oh, that's Harvard. Okay. Spastic. That's such an 80s term. I love it. Do you ever use that? Spaz? You do? Oh, okay. You guys use spaz? The term spaz ever? Still around after all that time, huh? Okay, so we have a tone paper. Why do we have a tone paper? Oh, shoot. I can't see the thing. I'm going to have to draw something else. This is a perfect view right here. Maybe I'll stand up. Would you do me a favor and just move over one seat? Okay. So, okay, now I can see. Now my view and my angle, it's I should turn my paper vertically so I maximize the space, because when I look at the tuba, like most of you have a horizontal format. I have a vertical format, but I'm just going to keep it horizontal because it's good for the video that I'm shooting. So I'm just going to keep it at that. And move this out of the way. So like you guys right here, perfect horizontal format right here. You know? You guys right here. You guys right here. Or you guys, you can just keep it horizontal. You know what I'm saying? You see how it's kind of squished like this? I think it's like equal the height as it is wide. Yeah, you got it. I moved a little bit, so you just move your seat a little bit. So it'd be more than like, oh, these are coming out cool. Okay. Really going at it. Erasers are a must. Erasers are a must. So if you don't have one of these pink erasers, come get one. And get one of these blue, smaller, like blue erasers. Don't break them either, okay? Just be nice. This one's broken. There's something on the left side, yeah. So get one of those. And so I'm gonna take my my compressed charcoal here. So I'm going to take the compressed charcoal here, and I'm just going to start blocking out the shape. And you're just going to sketch it out lightly, okay? And this makes it a lot. Did you find them? Cool, yeah. Will you open those and put those? Yeah, put like 2 packs in there, yeah.
Where do you have them?
Right here where it's all empty.
Oh, okay.
If you didn't get it one of those pen stick erasers, we got more coming up right here. Okay, so you're gonna take your compressed charcoal, which is the square one, and it's not shiny. Okay, the shiny one's the Conte. So this thing that we're drawing it's cylindrical, okay? It's a cylinder. And so that's pretty much what I see. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to throw in those pumpkins in the background because I think they kind of look cool. So I'm going to, maybe I won't. I don't know. Here, yeah, I'll just put them in there. That's it. There's a pumpkin, and there's a pumpkin, and there's a pumpkin. Okay. So that's it right there. Now, what's important here is putting the center line in. So there's this thing going down the center, this line. And I'm going to put that center line in. And then here that's wrapping around. So you want to put in that wrapping line here. And you want to put that wrapping line in right there. Any wrapping lines that you see from your viewpoint. Okay, and there's a wrapping line like that. So what does that do? What it does is it makes that thing look more dimensional. Okay. So I'm going to tone the top right here. See, and you can move that clip. It doesn't have to be in the middle because I'm moving that clip so I can tone the top here because I'm going to try this paper towel out. No, I like the chamois better. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now, shh, listen up. You guys need to turn around. You too? Need to turn around. And draw, yeah. So now, what do? We have our toned ground, okay? This is a toned ground, short for what? Short for background. So this is our toned background. Now, we're not going to erase yet. Why are you handing me a wet, soggy hall pass?
Because it's raining.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Hey, Preston, I'm not mad at you, dude. I'm not mad at you. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Shh. Guys, hey. You got a really beautiful melodic voice, and I can hear it all the way up here. Please stop. When I'm demonstrating and I'm talking, no talking. Okay? Because it's rude. Thank you. Okay. So, we are not erasing yet. We toned our ground, our background. We're putting in our shape lightly with the charcoal. You could use the Conte too. Conte is difficult to erase, so I don't use that until I am sure about my dark values. So what we're going to do next is we have what? Our medium value. That's the toned ground. What are we going to put in next? We really probably don't even need the Conte. But we're going to, now we've got to squint our eyes a little bit. And we're looking for the dark value. So at my angle, I know that there's a dark value right here. Just going to use my finger a little bit right there. Now, we put in these dark values because it's going to make this pop. And you guys, some of you are probably like, hey, I signed up for an animation class. Why am I drawing? You're drawing because this is the foundation of animation, okay? This is the foundation of art, is drawing. Okay. So I know that that's one of the darkest values too. And once you start putting in those dark values, your drawing's going to pop. And I'm looking up, squinting my eyes a little bit. And this part right here, that's darker. Then I'm just going to blend out to the left. You see that blend I did? So a little bit heavier pressure and lighter as I move to the left. And I'm going to blend down a little bit right there. And I like standing up and drawing, dude. This is such a good memory. Right?
Feels good.
Like standing up in that figure drawing class and you're just like drawing the human figure and standing up and painting. That's great, dude. It's good stuff. Nothing like it, guys. And the cool thing about like what I'm teaching you is that if you take art in college, you'll be ready. You'll be like ahead of everybody else. Okay. So I'm shading the background right now. I'm not shading the object yet. We'll get to that. Here's the table. So I'm just going to put that's the edge of the table there. Here's the edge of the table here. That's a darker value. Let me hold this down. I should probably get another clip. I'm going to go get another clip. You need 2 clips, that's fine. Proportion, proportion, proportion. We want to make sure this thing is in proportion. And the more that you guys draw, the more that you'll realize what's in proportion and what's not, and you'll realize how to control that aspect of art and the things that you're drawing. Here I'm going to shade up and down because the cloth is going over, it's going across, and then it's going down. It's dropping down. So, and I'm going to use my finger going up and down like that. And we got a chair right there. I'll just put a little hint of that chair because it's going to add some interest to the drawing. That part's that's the end of the table right here. And I'm going to give that a little bit of value as well. Squinting my eyes, looking at the whole picture. Okay, the whole picture. Have you guys seen that movie with the, like, Hugh Jackman's in it? It's like an older movie, and he like owns this robot, and these humans own these fighting robots, and the robots fight each other. Have you guys seen that movie? I was just drawing right now, and I was thinking of that. I'm like, is that gonna replace like real people fighting? Robots fighting instead? Have you seen that movie?
I thought you were talking about District 9 at first, and then I have no
About
idea
what?
that movie.
About what?
District 9.
Dude, yeah, it was this Hugh Jackman's in it. You guys know who he is, right? Wolverine? Yeah. But he owns this robot.
Do you know
Yeah.
what it is?
Is that what it's called? Real Steel? You looked at? I think so, probably. But I was just thinking of, I don't know why, but I was thinking about AI and taking over art, and I was thinking about AI and taking over like sports, like when they're running, like where we get robots and stuff like that. Like, are they going to take over football? Are they going to take over soccer? Are they going to take over like human sports? And so, I don't know. Just thinking.
It's going to be like Wall-E.
Yeah. Are we just going to be like blarbs? Are we just going to be like blarbs, like rolling around with our soft drinks and our like protein shakes? Like, oh yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, so back at it. So now we put in some background. You see, I put the background stuff in first because we're gonna save the best for last. You're like, it's just a tuba. It's boring. Like, what the heck? But now we're gonna shade the object. So I'm squinting my eyes, looking at the object. Listen to that rain. I love it. Isn't that beautiful? So whatever angle you're at, you're squinting your eyes. You're looking at the object. We're going what? Looking at the shapes of dark. So we're identifying areas of dark value on this object. And I'm not pushing down hard. And that's the wonderful thing about charcoal is that you don't have to push down hard, although you can. And you get this really rich meaning just a really dark value. And if you want a thin line, check this out. Look, you hold it like this, and you can get a thin line. Look at that. You see that? You can get thin lines with charcoal. If you're absolutely certain about a value, you can use the Conte. It's harder to erase, but the Conte gets even darker than the charcoal. So if you want to push your blacks, or push your darks, it's called, you can go in there with that Conte and really, but you got to be certain that's a dark area. Okay. And then this is darker up here. So I'm going to blend up. I'm going to blend up. And as we're blending and as we're shading, we're constantly looking at the thing that we're drawing. That's coming around. And I'm going to smudge that a little bit with my finger, and I'm going to move, watch this, I'm going to start here and then move to the left a little bit, and move to the left. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I should have got a smudge tool, but it's fine. We can just smudge with our finger. If you don't have a smudge tool, that's fine. I'm reinforcing this dark band right here. And I'm seeing a darker value right here, slightly darker. You can use your pinky. Now, why smudge? So you get this soft look. And when you smudge, some of the charcoal comes off on your fingers, and you're pushing it into the grooves, the texture of the paper. I'm switching out with my Conte just because I know that this area needs to be darker. Conte's a little bit harder. It's like kind of like a crayon. And still really okay. I need more value. I need value on here because this whole top, this tablecloth is black. So we got to make that a little bit darker. So this is medium and that's dark. So we want our thing to pop off the surface. And I'm going to smudge that. Press that in. Playing with these values is going to make our thing more dimensional. Okay, so even now I'm thinking cylinder, right? And I'm looking, light's coming from above, so light's coming from above, so we got that light source we're thinking about, thinking of the light source. Now here, the tuba and the background are about the same value for me. Where I'm drawing, so I'm just going to soften that whole area right there. All right. Cool. All right, so that's pretty good right there. Now what I'm gonna do is, I have everything pretty much established. You're like, everything established, what does that mean? When I say I have everything established, I have my medium values where they should be. I have my darker values where they should be. I don't have all the detail in there. We can get it in there. Like that little center line right there. That needs to be more narrow. And that needs to be even darker. So we'll go back and forth and notice some new things about the one thing that we're drawing, not the 8 million things that I had you guys drawing before. So now, when we start drawing the human figure, we're not going to have a model like in college, which would be cool, but we're going to draw from video, and we're going to draw from photographs. So that's the next best thing. So when we start drawing the human figure, there's a lot to think about, but it's really cool. It's one of my favorite things to do. Love it. Okay. Now I think I'm ready. Now I think I'm ready for... Almost ready. I'm checking to see my time. 9:23. Okay, cool. And I'm not expecting you guys to keep up with me. It's okay if like you're taking your time and, you know. I'm a little bit more proficient. I'm going to give you time for this. So, shh. I'm giving a demonstration, guys. So, I want you guys to make sure you're taking your time. So, I'm giving you, you're going to have all week to do this. I see more and I have more experience. So, slow is fast. Okay? We're not in a hurry. You guys have all week to do this. So slow is fast. And then what that means is if you go slow at first and you really concentrate and you really take this a little bit serious, okay? And be really thoughtful about this, and take your time, the speed will come later. It's just like any skill you guys are learning. This is a skill, okay? So now I take my eraser. I got this one right here. And I'm gonna get this little, these are carving tools. This is the way that I see, this is the way I was taught, is that these erasers are carving tools. So we're adding, when you add the Conte or the charcoal, that's your additive method. So here we're gonna take this and I'm gonna squint my eyes and just erase out the areas that are light. So I'm taking this sharp edge here. Well, this is a new one and has a sharp edge. And this kind of has a sharp edge. You're like, well, what if it doesn't have a sharp edge? Well, I have X-Acto knives up here, and I was thinking, okay, if you're going to use a X-Acto knife, you need a cutting board, okay? Because you guys can't cut on the table. So over here, check it out. Over here, I got cutting boards. So if you want to use a X-Acto knife, you got to get a cutting board. You guys looking? Okay, cutting boards. So if you're going to use a X-Acto knife, what would I use a X-Acto knife for? Use a X-Acto knife to sharpen your eraser. Okay? You're like, sharpen your eraser? What are you talking about? So we got our X-Acto knife. You got this eraser here, this pink one. And you can just take this and you can literally cut a little bit off. So I just cut a little bit off and you get a really sharp edge there and you can carve out detail, okay? I don't have a lot of these, so I'm not putting these out yet, but these, so we got the pink eraser here. We got this smaller carver, and then an even smaller carver eraser. So we got these 3 erasers here. But this one can carve out, like your guys' eraser is probably round. So whose is round? Here, we bring that up. I just dropped my charcoal, so you just pick it up off the ground. It broke. We still want to keep that. So let's say, no, not that one. This one right here. Who has this one right here? This one right here that's rounded. Here, will you bring that up to me? Because this one's brand new, so it's nice and sharp. It's a great carver. You don't have to cut it, but I'm just saying, if you want a sharp edge, right? See how this one, look at this one. See, it's nice and round, and we want a sharp edge. You just take your X-Acto and just cut a little bit off, or just cut the tip off. And I got the cutting board. So now look, that's nice and sharp there. You can get a nice sharp edge. Here you go. Okay. So, so I'm going to take this and let me zoom in to this area here. So what I'm doing is I'm not just randomly erasing, I'm being very specific. I'm looking up at the object and erasing the light areas. There's a light coming in from that window, a blue light. So I'm going to erase that. I'm going to exaggerate that a little bit. I'm going to erase right here. Also down here, there's a blue light. I'm going to erase down here. Oh, you guys can't see that. There we go. So right here, I'm going to erase this too. And I got to stand up to see that. I'm going to erase a little bit right here. There's a lighter area right here. Right here, right there. And I see like the little small parts of the tuba like over here, and all I see is a line, so I'm going to erase that, and I'm going to erase that. So we're being very careful about what we erase out. And very conscious and specific about what we're erasing. Not being random. Like, dude, that's it. Okay, a little bit over here. The tabletop. And you can erase with different pressure. You can push down hard, you can push down medium, you can push down soft. And then I can go back and I can put even more and more detail in there. You know, a little bit more detail here, a little bit, some of the dents, some of those inconsistencies. Like there's a dent right here, there's a little bit of darker value right there. Like I'll just work. Now you see how that works? This is this technique of putting a dark background first and then putting darker values and then lighter values down. It's been around for hundreds of years. So, and then I go, oh, that's kind of not roundish. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to round this out. And so you guys, I want you to do a really, really good job, meaning make this look. I might even go back with the smudge tool. But make this look believable, okay? And make sure your proportions are right and, you know, correct. And so today's Tuesday. I'm going to give you guys Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on this. And then next week, we are going to play with ink. All right, that's it.